Greetings, I'm Zachary Hepner. I'm pleased to share this Dvar Torah with you for Parashat Bo. What does Parashat Bo have to do with the late Steve Jobs from Apple? Let's see. When the sages traced ancient traditions back to the Bible, that tradition is called a doriita, from the torah she-biqktav, the Bible instruction manual. Later enactments fall into the simple category of derabanan, from the sages. In a few instances, the laws are from Sinai but with no link to the written Torah, and those are called halakha, moshe, misiinai, a law transmitted to Moshe on Sinai. Sinai is not to be taken literally. It may include the plains of Moab or any time the Israelites were dwelling in the wilderness. When the Torah mentions a sign on your arm and totafot between your eyes, there is no explanation. So it would not be a surprise that many of the laws of tefillin are halakha, moshe, misiinai. In Menachot 35, it states, Amar Rabbi Yitzchak, Ritzuot shechorot halakha lemoshe misiinai. The straps must be black is a halakha, moshe, misiinai. The underside of the straps may be any color except red because it is a ganai, or someone will suspect him of being boil nida. Is there any benefit to both sides of the straps being black? Rambam considers the underside of the straps black as noi, a way to beautify the mitzvah, what we call today a hiddur mitzvah. Or Zarua cites his teacher, Rabbeinu Simcha, who says it's a mitzvah to be black on both sides. Umori Rabbi Simcha katab achshav shenagu b'batim shechorim mitzvah lahashchir haritzuot ben mifnim ben bachutz ad kan leshono. The Ari HaKadosh also instructed tefillin straps to be black on both sides, though that is for mystical reasons which I cannot explain because I do not know them. So you ask, Ma inyan Steve Jobs etzel har Sinai, or to be more precise, Ma inyan Steve Jobs etzel halakha moshe misinai. In 2011, the author Walter Isaacson conducted over 40 interviews with Steve Jobs for his book, Steve Jobs. He told CBS in 60 Minutes that, I quote, one lesson from Jobs' adoptive father, Paul Jobs, was particularly influential. Jobs once helped his father build a fence around their family home in Mountain View in California. While working, Paul shared a piece of advice with Jobs. You've got to make the back of the fence that nobody will see just as good looking as the front of the fence. Even though nobody will see it, you will know, and that will show that you're dedicated to making something perfect. The idea was evident when Jobs was at Apple. He insisted that every element of the Macintosh computer be beautiful, down to the circuit boards inside. Look at the memory chips. That's ugly. The lines are too close together. When the computer was finally perfected, Jobs had the engineers' names engraved inside each one. Real artists sign their work, he told them, according to the book. No one would ever see them, but the members of the team knew that their signatures were inside, just as they knew that the circuit board was laid out as elegantly as possible. Isaacson wrote, end quote. Moshe Rabbeinu taught that only the exposed side of the strap must be black. The inside may be any color except red, just in case the straps flip and cause a disgrace. Rambam and Rabbeinu Simcha, quoted by Or Zarua, considered it a more beautiful mitzvah if both sides are black. The Steve Jobs model takes this to the next step. Having both sides black is not only a higher form of perfection, but even if the inside would never be accidentally flipped, nor ever seen, how symbolic was it that Jobs asked his engineers to sign the inside of their circuit boards that echo the holy parchment that is inside the tefillin batim compartments. Tefillin are holy because of the 4 holy parashiyot inside. They are never seen except by the sofer who writes and inserts them. The Steve Jobs version of making this mitzvah more beautiful would be to make every part of this tefillin, even the parts that will always be concealed. Quote, and that will show that you're dedicated to making something perfect, end quote. Wishing you a Shabbat Shalom with perfection on the outside and the inside.